Call to order. Determine there's a quorum present. Commissioner Wardlaw, Commissioner Vasquez, Commissioner Garcia, Commissioner Flores, and myself. We have a quorum. If y'all will please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Commissioner Flores.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Under the Texas flag, I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you, ma'am. I don't care what the commissioner said about you. It's all over. It doesn't. It's all good. And thank you, real quick. The other day we mentioned, under judge's comments, we'd mentioned that maybe you do about where you could vote at every polling location. Ms. Chapoy looked into that, and there's still more information that needs to be gathered, but it doesn't look like that would be such a good idea with the problems that other places have been having. So putting that out, she sent me a deal this morning, and I think she visited you also, Commissioner Garcia. But thank you for the information. And then since we're going through the budget, we'll look at the poll pads to see about those. Okay. And I'm sorry I got off track, but that was important. Item 5, approving minutes. Move.
Second.
Have a motion, Commissioner Flores. Second, Commissioner Vasquez. Any comments? All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Did not see citizens' comments.
There's one to put on the back.
Okay. Appreciate it.
Thanks, sir.
And you're up next. Don't leave. James, you're up. It worked out. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yes.
There we go.
So, my name is James Cave. I'm a project lead for a little program we have going called the Landowner Compensation Assistance Program. With me is my project manager, Mendoza. I have over here our operations supervisor, Greg Gosden, and our research coordinator, Alia Herrera. And pretty much what this is, what we've got going, we are independent. We work with our border prosecution unit, but what we have going is independent. This is here to help landowners, those who have suffered from border crimes due to...
James.
Yes.
Yes, Bill, do a favor and face us.
I'm sorry.
It's all
I was
good.
in
And I know
theater for
you're
years.
trying-
I'm
you're
used to
trying-
facing the crowd.
It's all good.
I'm used
And
to
you're doing a good job. It's just that the ones that are watching us on video are not going to see you.
Okay, perfect.
Go ahead.
But ultimately what this is that we have started working with the Attorney General's office and their land operation, landowners compensation program. Now they have put together a large amount of money to help these landowners that are around these border towns get reimbursed for the damage that is caused by these border crimes. And I got to tell you right now, for some of these landowners, it is a hassle. I mean, it's a hassle to go through these programs, to get any of the information they need, to take the time out of their day to work with that program. So what we wanted to do was come in and streamline this for them. We wanted to make this much easier. We're pretty much taking all the weight off their shoulders. We're getting all the information, we're getting all the pictures, we're talking to the sheriff's office, we've been talking to the district attorneys. I mean, we've had already meetings with the land compensation program, about 2-hour-long meeting. They walked us through the whole program. They told us exactly what we need to do. And right now, as of this day, with Kinney County itself, we have over 20 landowners ready for us to submit their claims. And already right now, we have one completed. It can be a lengthy process, but every single day, we're trying to get through and make it faster. So ultimately, the idea is that we get these landowners on board. What we want to do is spread this as far as we can to every county that surrounds the border towns. Right now it's small. of course, as it starts, but as we go on, it's going to increase, hopefully. And our plan is to just help them out in any way possible.
Real quick, not gonna have a discussion with them, we're not gonna have a discussion, but just to give an idea what it's about. If you've been impacted, a landowner, immigrants or immigration, or they've done something to your property, this is a group that will help you, sort of wade through the water to try to get your funds. They'll help you with that process. Like I said, the state of Texas has actually set aside funds for this. So this is a group that will, help, individual citizens within the county, try to recoup some of the funds, somewhat for the damages that was caused.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna put a link on our website. Rand doesn't know it yet. Rand's our IT guy. But we'll put a link on our website, and then, we'll get some information, out to the general public. And then we'll visit with y'all to put an item on the agenda to have you come back. I know we talked, this week about y'all coming in citizens' comments, but we'll put an item on the agenda. That way you can give us, more details.
It may not be bad if they take a chance to visit with Karen Gleason.
She just gave him a card.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mayor.
And we really do, we can't ask you questions or nothing like that, because it's in citizens' comments, so. But
That's
either way,
perfect. I was
we
gonna open up
appreciate
for
you.
questions. Thanks,
Yeah,
sir.
and it seemed like you're used to this, because you, it's all good. Yeah, he's doing good. But we will put an item on the agenda to bring y'all back.
Yes, sir.
But if y'all will make sure that, I know that you've given us some information, but if you'll give us some information, what exactly you want put on our website so they can reach out to you. Okay?
Judge, I'm gonna ask if they're,
Yes, we actually funded.
We don't have to pay for it.
okay, that's what I mean.
Yeah, the service, and Commissioner Flores just brought up a good point. The service doesn't cost the landowners a dime.
Yes.
Mhm.
And it is very, we have multiple pamphlets that we're going to hand out to everybody. But like you said, free of charge. We're just here to help.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I need about 4 of those and where else you want to.
3.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. You repeat one of the lines. Well, everybody, I get it.
I didn't have, anybody else, citizens' comments? We're good? Okay. Move on to item 7, discussion possible action on presentation of fiscal year 2024 annual, comprehensive financial report by independent auditors, Costos and Associates, PC. Yes, sir, if you want to come up. And I might, Randy said me, I heard that. I might have to stop you, depending on how long this goes, if you don't mind, because we have a public hearing.
Yes, sir. I won't be too.
All right, you're up.
Good morning, Judge, members of the commission. My name is Alfred Vera. I am the managing CPA for Costos and Associates. I'd like to thank you all for having us once again as your independent auditors. And I'm here to present to you the annual comprehensive financial report for the year ended September 30th, 2024. I'm just going to touch on a few items of the report, and if you all have any questions, I'll be here to answer them.
The blue ones, did you bring copies? Sir?
Before you go, sorry, 9:10, so you have your public hearing.
At 9:15, huh?
It says 9:10.
9:10? Okay. I had to stop you already.
All right, not a problem.
It's better though. Okay. But when you come back up, you've given us,
Yes, sir.
these?
Yes.
Do you have copies of these? Do you have 4 more?
No, I don't have this. Yes.
Okay, do you have them at your office?
They do.
Can we get them? Or
We
we're doing
can.
a public hearing? That way they can go over there?
Yeah.
That'll work. Thank you. So let us go to the public hearing, if you don't mind.
Yes, sir.
And then give us a chance to get a little bit organized.
Sure.
Thank you. Appreciate it. We're gonna go to item 13. Discussion possible action on affidavit of posting public hearing. I even set my alarm for 9:50. affidavit of posting public hearing notice regarding public comment support for the 2025 TxDOT Transportation Alternative Project Senegas Terrace Sidewalk Project. Item 14, public hearing is now open. What this is about, Commissioner Flores had brought an item to the court, basically to redo Senegas Road. Let me point that out, step off the wrong way, let me know. To do Senegas Road, basically from the city limit signs all the way to the duck pond. That project was started almost 2 years ago with the engineering firm. In order to begin the engineering, the county set aside $6 million, borrowed $6 million through a tax note. Within that tax note, there was $6 million set aside for Senegas, $1.5 million set aside for the gun range, and $2 million set aside for the Mr. Chavita sports complex or park. Since then, there have been conversations about applying for a grant that would help put a sidewalk. This Senegas Road, you have basically two sides, one alongside the railroad track, the other one on the other side where the rest of the land's at. So it would be not on the side of the railroad track, it'd be on this side. There'd be a sidewalk built from city limit sign there close to the overpass that goes to Mexico, all the way, if everything works out, all the way to close to the duck pond. That would facilitate people walking to the store, walking to the soccer fields, and just pedestrian traffic, trying to keep them off the road. When you go down there, we've been traveling that road more often now. And the amount of people that walk that road is unbelievable. You have families that are walking to the stores from the neighborhoods, and it's just not safe. So we're applying for a grant, about $980,000 in that ballpark for a grant. And we have to have a public hearing to see if anybody is opposing it or is in favor of it. Is there anybody that would like to speak in favor or against us applying, and hopefully applying and receiving this grant? Carl, do you want to say a couple words, or are you good? You're good? Okay.
Judge, if I may, we have a couple emails showing support for the sidewalk, and we can get some more this morning.
Okay.
I think it'll be a great project.
The emails,
Mr. Mesa.
Oh, what is it?
Hey, Mr. Mesa.
was he going to speak?
Yes.
Okay.
I think so, yes.
We're in the process of the public hearing. Or, did you have comments on the sidewalk, whether you'd be in favor of it?
Yeah, I'm in favor of it.
Do you want to just come up here and give a few words, if you don't mind, that you would be in favor of it? That way it's for the record. Do you want to come up here to the podium?
Right.
Just state your name, sir, please, and, that you would, be for or against, the sidewalk project. And if you want to talk a lot, you can. If you just want to say that word. Then.
Yeah, I'm in favor of the sidewalk. Why we have several employees, we're about 25 strong there at work, and not only at our maquila here in town, there's several maquilas around there that I've seen that people, they commute on their bicycle in the mornings to and from work. And I've seen it happen in front of my job where somebody gets hit by a vehicle, and it's not a nice scene. Usually, if you get hit, man, by a 2-ton or 1-ton vehicle, it's not gonna be bad. So currently, I think it's a potential. It's a potential risk going on right now without the sidewalks. We see people an increase in bicyclists, going from work, and also have joggers. Bicyclists that also they like to do their exercises there around town. And
Who are you with, if you don't mind telling the court who you're with and where are you located?
I'm at 2022 Senegas Road, Helmet Aerospace.
Right off Senegas Road, right on the main
Oh, okay.
corridor, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, we're that pretty building with all those
trees.
airplanes on our trailers.
old trees too, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we were Alcoa back in the day, and now we just changed the name on our badge. And so we're there.
Okay. Well, we appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mesa.
All right.
We appreciate your time. Thank you.
Anybody else?
Would the commissioner like to make the emails part of the record?
Yes, Carl has 2 emails right now showing support for the sidewalk, and I would like to include them. Do you mind coming up and
Oh, absolutely. I'm always ready.
the companies that are showing the support?
No, it's a public hearing.
So I'll just echo the words of the judge that, this is we're petitioning TxDOT. This is a transportation alternative, opportunity, an alternative type of transportation. Walking and to, encourage, children and adults to walk and just, kind of improve the quality of life. So, main thing is, it is a safety factor. The improvements are going to be constructed to primary reason for safety for pedestrians. We do encourage, the public to, if they support the project, we have another item on the agenda here following this one, a letter of support addressed to the district engineer in Laredo. And if there's anybody here this morning with just a form letter, would like to sign that, we appreciate that, just to encourage more support towards the project. It's a priority for the communities to support the project. You get additional points for that. That's why we're here this morning. That's why we're doing what we're doing here right now, conducting the public hearing and gaining support for the project. So that enhances the county's position as far as points towards being funded.
Carl, what are the 2 names of those companies that we got the letters of support, the emails?
I got those right here. This morning, the court received 2 letters of support. One is from Mr. Roberto Santos with Piston Interiors. He's at 2A Fawcett Drive in Del Rio, Texas. And the other one is from Stephanie Beltran, Freight Operations Supervisor, XPO. They're at 109 Industrial Boulevard in Del Rio, Texas. So we've got 2 businesses here,
3?
this gentleman as well,
Can we have those?
demonstrating support.
Can you give us those? Can we have those?
Yeah, absolutely.
And we'll just go ahead and
Judge,
do it right now.
and we do have some citizens from, Ciénegas Terrace and Vega Verde that are here.
They like to speak.
Well, no, they're like minute shy.
Somebody's different names, and just say we're here and support it.
¿Podrían venir aquí y dar sus nombres nomás de que están enseñando apoyo para la banqueta? Por favor, nomás, todo lo que tienen que decir es su nombre y dónde viven. Por favor, señora Guadalupe. Nomás su nombre y es todo. Ahora, ¿quieren platicar un poquito? Bueno, está bien.
Yo soy Guadalupe Guerra, vivo en Ciénegas 165 Dapple.
¿Te está en favor de la banqueta?
Sí,
Ok.
Muchas gracias. Y señor también, ya que andas ahí.
Sí, sí, es
¿Verdad?
el señor y la señora.
Vega Verde Ro, represento desde el comisionado, estamos apoyando las banquetas y
En favor.
pues, gracias por esa que están haciendo a favor de Vega Verde Ro, es necesaria a veces, si se va a hacer.
Claro, no, gracias, muchas
Muchas
gracias.
comisionado.
Gracias por su tiempo, lo
Ok,
agradezco
gracias.
mucho y just something in English, I'm glad está en favor, no en flavor.
And in flavor, how do you say flavor?
No sé qué.
Muchas gracias.
Okay.
Thank you. Muchas gracias. Pásale, señora.
Buenos días. Mi nombre es María Rizo. Él es mi esposo. Vivimos en Vega Verde, 7859 Vega Verde Road. Y estamos de acuerdo a favor de que hagan
Las banquetas.
las banquetas.
Muchas gracias, señora.
Ándale.
Gracias por su
Gracias
tiempo.
y con permiso.
Gracias.
Muchas
Buen día.
gracias. Okay. Took a little bit to get everybody started. Everything worked out, didn't it?
And we're still waiting for some other emails that are gonna come in this morning and showing
what we'll
support for this
What we'll do
sidewalk.
right now is just went to go make copies, she'll give you your copies back, and then we'll present them to Ms. Chapoy. That way she can make it part of the record. You good? Okay. Is there anybody else? I just need to ask. If not, it is 9:21, and we're going to close the public hearing. Thank y'all. Muchas gracias por venir. Gracias. Thank you. Gracias. Flavor. En sabor, ¿no? Sabor. En sabor of it. Okay, y'all are going to be up again, and now you're going to have the floor. Thank you for
Yes, I
coming.
appreciate you. All right, thank you. Thanks so much. You have a great day.
Yes, sir.
Have a great day. Yes, sir.
Item 7, discussion possible action on presentation of fiscal year 2024 annual comprehensive financial report by independent auditor.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Okay. What the judge is passing out is a summary that we have been providing to our clients. We started this about a year ago. It contains some of the highlights that I will talk about within the report, along with a couple of graphs and the management comment letter as well, in communication with governance. On the actual report, if you'll turn with me to page 13, or on the summary letter as well. You can turn to page 1. And I'll go through the summary. The independent auditor's report on the basic financial statements is on page 13. As independent auditors, what we do is we come into an entity, we pull samples, we review policies and procedures, we test, and we review the work that's being done. This is reflective of what the county does with the finance group, with Matt and his group, and of course, you all as oversight with the judge and the commissioners in enforcing that or reviewing it. And then we form an opinion, and that is what is in the report. And I want to congratulate you for, once again, earning an unmodified opinion. This is otherwise what is known as a clean opinion and the best opinion that an entity can receive. So congratulations for continuing that work and earning that. The reason I say earn is because this is reflective of the work that is done here. We do not just give it out. This is based on the work. So congratulations.
And I want to thank Matt, his team. Thank y'all so much. Very appreciative. Appreciate it so much. Thank you, sir. Go ahead.
If you turn with me to page 30 of the report, page 30 of the report contains the balance sheet for governmental funds. I will be going through the general fund for today's purposes. The general fund at September 30th, 2024 had total assets of $27,023,000, total liabilities of $13,746,000, and deferred inflow of revenues of $3,516,000, and total fund balance of $9,761,000, of which unassigned is $6,916,000. The unassigned fund balance is what the county can use at its discretion for what we recommend is one-shot items. This is what we refer to as the rainy day fund. And this means that items may be a project that comes up, or equipment purchases. We recommend that you do not use it for anything that will continue to deplete it.
Reoccurring
as far as
expenses is what we keep saying here.
I'm sorry?
Reoccurring expenses.
Yes, sir. No reoccurring expenses, raises or salaries, anything like that. One-shot items. And I'll use this to calculate the days of operation on the next page over. On page 33, you have the statement of revenues, expenditures, and changes in fund balances. Total revenues for the general fund for the year ended September 30th, 2024 was $22,867,000, with total expenditures of $22,366,000, and other financing sources of $625,000, for a net increase in the fund balance of $1,127,000. Now, if we take your total expenditures of the 22,365,000 and we divide it by 365 days, you get $61,276 per day. That is what, on average, it is costing to open the doors for the county each and every day. And if we take your unrestricted fund balance of $6,916,000 and we divide it by that 61,000, you get 113 days. This means that if no more money were to come into the county, you would be able to operate for 113 days. And this is actually an increase from prior year of 105 days. We normally recommend between 60 to 90 days, so having more is not anything to look down on. That's still very, very good. So congratulations on increasing your days of operations. And the last two items that I will go over today, if you'll turn over to page 161. Page 161 contains the independent auditor's report on compliance for each major federal and state program and on internal control. This is what is otherwise known as the single audit. This, again, from what we have reviewed and tested, is an unmodified opinion, so congratulations on that. And then on page 159, page 159 contains the independent auditor's report on internal control over financial reporting and on compliance based on government auditing standards. This is not an opinion, but it is a report, but we found no instances of non-compliance or of any lack of internal controls. So that is good to continue to do what you're doing. This is all that I was going to present.
And I'm going to point out one oof that was pointed out yesterday. Well, I was really impressed that we have a $66 million budget, and with everything that you audited, and I'm not saying you audited every single line item, but with everything that you audited, everything that you pulled, there was one, I'll say oof, not the other, not what else was coming to my mind. Commissioner Garcia, yesterday as we were sitting in the meeting, pointed it out. But I was so impressed, just like I have been every year with our auditor, that just to have one moment.
Yeah.
And then it was just because the way it was booked, and it was part of a grant, and that we couldn't bill, but we had money set aside that we'd already borrowed to be able to take that out of.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just the way it was booked, and it was already corrected. It was.
Yeah, what that is, that's a new pronouncement by GASB 100. And unfortunately, GASB has not been dosed yet. So, that was by GASB 100. It's just error corrections. In the past, these were just called prior period entries, or just, it was a 90-10 split, and it got booked to the county. I'm sorry, it got all booked to the grant. The grant was a 90-10. By the time we pushed our books out, and by the time we realized with the granting agency that was a 90-10 grant on the target range, that invoice had to come back.
Just to go back, and again, I hate to point out the
but it was all within
but
budget.
I'm really, really impressed that we have a $65 million budget. And there was one, and y'all call it error correction? Error correction is what you found? On page 29, and the explanation that Matt just gave, it was already done, but there was a...
Yeah, the
moment.
project is still in the budget. It will always be in budget. It's going to come in under budget. It was applying for reimbursement. That 10% of that invoice should have been booked to the county. And
again, I'm really impressed. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I'm really impressed with the work that you and your staff do. You're not getting a full-timer. Just to throw that out there.
And since we're on grants, we'll touch on that, knowing that they do other counties as well. Our grant revenue is approximately our property tax revenue.
Correct.
So if we were to strip all of our grants out of here, we have to double the property tax in order to facilitate and provide the operations that you're providing, or you would simply just have to do with half of the stuff you're not doing, like the sidewalks and whatever we were just talking about in the pipelines. So the granting accounting is a big part of this county.
And you look at where we've grown from from 2011 when we came in, we've grown by 100%, more than 100% when our budget was in 2011. And from 2019, just the commissioner's budget's grown by 50%. So, I mean, what this court has been able to do in the previous court has been really impressive. We went through $24.5 million that we borrowed, plus another $9.5 million in ARPA, plus Operation Lone Star, plus you name it.
Well, I wouldn't say go through, I would say we converted to capital assets.
Reinvested it back into our community.
There you go, yes.
We spent it.
Yeah, right, as you see, your net position's grown from approximately 12 million over the last decade to 65 million.
Yeah.
So you can see that those loans.
And I'd say that again, because that's really impressive. We've grown from, go ahead and repeat that.
The net position has grown from 12 million to 65 million approximately.
This is impressive.
Yes, it is.
And I think one of the questions that Commissioner Garcia brought up yesterday, the values also that we were using on our buildings, they're different type of values, but we're tied into what we can actually use, which value we can use. And I think on our insurance, she's not here, but on our insurance, we try to use our replacement values on our insurance. So, but he did bring up some good questions yesterday. So,
yeah.
And, evidently, I had a stack of audits on top of my desk that I had not given out, so David did not have a book. Y'all have any? Yeah, and I didn't give it to you on a Friday. So, y'all have any questions?
Okay.
We good? Sure, you good? That was short and sweet. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Again, I don't like the wording on that.
Unfortunately, Judge, we're tied by GASB to use that. I know.
Yeah, well, still don't like it.
Neither do
That's
we.
not your fault, I just don't
It's-
like
it's
it.
not- Neither do we.
Especially since it was corrected and it was already
Yes,
fixed.
and as you stated, it's what we call immaterial. It's not going to change any
Anything.
opinion, anything else.
All right. Well, Shirley, thank you. Thank you for coming.
Thank you very
Appreciate
much. Thank you all very much.
All right. It was just, we don't need to accept?
No.
We're good? Thank y'all. Y'all be safe. I know you're someplace to be. Eight, approving monthly reports from elected officials. Motion Commissioner Flores, second Commissioner Vasquez. Any questions? All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 9, approving bills for payment. Motion Commissioner Vasquez, wait a minute. Made a motion, Commissioner Flores, second Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 10, discussion possible action to approve auditor's report. Do we have one?
There's several. Yeah, we'll get this wording worked out on the agenda pretty soon, but there are several, and they're mainly fees of office.
All good?
They're all good and correct.
Motion to
yes.
approve. Motion Commissioner Flores, second Commissioner Vasquez. Any questions? All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Discussion possible action on the certification of revenue. A, Texas Association of Counties Veterans Office, for the theft claim, and this will go back into what account?
That's what we need to find out. That was a computer that was stolen?
Yeah, and that's already been purchased, so if it's anything having to do with IT, it would be nice if it went back into the IT account, because that's where it was purchased.
Okay.
Y'all okay with that? Yes. Okay. You haven't made the motion, Commissioner?
Motion to approve, Judge.
Okay, and the IT,
Into the IT account.
and the motion, Commissioner Vasquez, second Commissioner Flores, all those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Sheriff, $2,875.68.
That's either been repaired or being repaired, so operating.
Motion to approve, Judge.
Go into the insurance, that way they can take care of it?
Yep.
Okay. I have a motion, Commissioner Vasquez, second Commissioner Flores, all those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item C, before we do that one, where's Melissa's stuff? Where's your item on the
40?
40? What? That's too good. Item 40, and we'll do item 40 first, and then we'll go back and do item 11 and item C. Item 40, discussion possible action to approve the purchase of a generator for the amount of total of $50,600 for the CAD building and authorize for funding from available appropriations. Procurement method is through co-op, Sourcewell contract 092222-G&R. This one here lately, we've had a lot of outages at the CAD building. What that causes is our IT can't function, and we're not gonna be able to get checks written or purchase orders done.
Where is this CAT building at?
It's where they're at. They call it a CAD building.
We call it the county administration
Auditor
building.
building, the dollar building.
The dollar building.
Money building.
Administrative building, yes.
It is, they call it, county administration.
Well, can we get this from contingency?
Well, and that was just it. We're fixing to bring in, $95,772.09. If you approve this, then we'll take the money out of the money on C, and then we can, go in and put the rest of that money back in the sheriff's office.
I will make the motion to approve, Judge, and get the money from
The $95,772?
$95,772 from the first law.
Y'all okay with that?
I am, Judge, I'll give a second to that.
Okay, I have a motion, Commissioner Flores and Commissioner Vasquez. Any questions? We're good? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anybody against? There's gonna be a balance remaining. The last time, last court, we took $277,000 out of a $320,000 line item for the sheriff. Where would you want to put it? Are you okay putting the balance back in that
Yeah,
account?
put the remainder back into that sheriff construction.
Motion to approve.
All right. I have a motion, Commissioner Flores. Anybody give a second? Did I explain that right, or I was all over the place?
No, I'm good with that.
Okay.
Second, Judge.
All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. There is a farm to market, part of C, which was another, and I should have done this, but both the $95,772 and the farm to market, the $3,537.50, both of those were for attorney's fees that the county had over the years given to the appraisal district, to litigate on the wind farm.
This was part of the overfunding on the budget that we give every year, that typically the overfunding is reimbursed every year, but during that process that the county was going through, the overfunding was held into a contingency account to pay for lawyer fees.
So what do you recommend we do with this money?
Oh, I believe the judge already made the motion.
Oh, okay.
But
Back into
jail construction, because it's just part of funding that
Okay.
would have came back to the county years ago.
Okay, you okay with that?
Yeah, fine, second. Who seconded it?
No, there was no motion. I was just giving the explanation.
I'll make a
So,
motion to approve, Judge.
okay, motion Commissioner Vasquez, second Commissioner Flores. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Mr. Floyd, did I go all over the place? Did you get that?
We'll get there.
We'll get there. You're supposed to say no, it's okay.
It sounded like chicken feet, chicken feet.
Right, went everywhere. Item 12, discussion possible action on following budget adjustments. 83rd District Court, $999 from 83rd Court to jurors.
Approve, Judge.
Okay. Motion Commissioner Flores, second
I'll second that, Judge.
Commissioner Vasquez. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Yeah, do you have a question?
No, I'm good.
B, County Clerk to move
Motion to
2000.
approve.
Okay.
I'll second that, Judge.
I have a motion, Commissioner Flores, second Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. C, County Clerk to move
Motion to approve,
1,000.
Judge.
Second.
A motion, Commissioner Vasquez, second Commissioner Flores. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? There's a couple other people that had wanted to move some funds or whatever. And I'm bringing this up, a little bit hesitant. But the budget adjustments, if we will make sure that we go through our auditor, that way he makes sure that the money's there before we get to court, and we're not trying to get something done that we shouldn't be doing. Okay.
All right.
Well, I'm probably gonna come back to 7 later on. Let's move on.
All right.
Item 16, discussion possible action regarding support regarding TxDOT transportation alternative set aside. TxDOT program Senegas Terrace sidewalks. This is
Motion to approve, Judge.
a motion, Commissioner
Second,
Flores,
Judge.
second Commissioner Vasquez, and we'll get this done. All those in favor? Aye. Item 17, discussion possible action letter of support regarding TxDOT transportation.
Motion to approve, Judge.
Carl.
The letter you have in your packet
Mm-hmm.
is actually addressed to the district engineer in Kerrville, and Val Verde County is in Laredo.
Laredo. Okay, so we'll just change it.
That's a corrected copy.
Okay, that'll work. Yes, sir.
This back to you. Well, we make sure we get it. Yeah, we'll get it.
Item 17, do I have a motion?
Yes, sir. Motion to
Commissioner
approve.
Flores,
Second, Judge.
second Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. 18, discussion possible
Motion to
action.
approve, Judge.
Correct. Motion Commissioner Vasquez, second Commissioner Flores. Any questions? All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 19, discussion possible action environmental review record for Val Verde County B-24-CP-TX-2120. Robert Bob Chavira Sports Complex.
Motion to approve, Judge.
Second.
A motion Commissioner Vasquez, second Commissioner Wardlaw. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 20, discussion possible action environmental assessment 24 CFR Part 58. Authorize county judge to sign.
Motion to approve, Judge.
A motion Commissioner Flores,
I will second that,
second
Judge.
Commissioner Vasquez. Any questions? All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 21, discussion possible on finding of no significant impact notice of intent to request release of funds for B-24-CP-
Motion to approve, Judge.
Second.
A motion Commissioner Vasquez, second Commissioner Flores. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 22, discussion possible on approving letter to Texas Water Development Board for extension requesting the flood early warning system new end date June 30th, 2026.
I make a motion to approve, Judge.
Second. A motion Commissioner Vasquez, second Commissioner Flores. Carl, and on this one here, do we need to pick the tower or what is it? Because we keep asking for extensions. So, I know that there was talk of moving a tower and this and that when Commissioner Nettleton was here, but I mean, do we need to get with the commissioner in that area now and just, I don't want to keep asking for extensions. I think we need to.
Well, as always, we're committed to completing this project, the funding that the county received from the Texas Water Development Board. You may recall that the county did prioritize, or each commissioner had prioritized one or two sites to put those rainfall gauges strategically in strategic locations throughout the county. Part of this funding was originally addressed to replace a tower at the Pocket, the communication tower there at Pandale. And so that's the time we started this. They were putting the equipment on the old tower. And so we kind of paused on that, but I think we'd like to get together and kind of readdress that again and actually see the need. The funding's there to replace that tower. There was always communication that the tower was unsafe to climb, and we've been out there multiple times. Let me back up just a minute. So we tried to find a location that was of higher elevation out there around Pandale, and we never were able to really, Commissioner Nettleton even came forward to use a little piece of his property to move the tower, but it didn't increase the elevation much from what it is there at the Pocket. So at the end of the day, the court may want to consider replacing that tower and using the original site there that the county already obtained.
Would you mind getting with Commissioner Garcia?
Absolutely.
And then, that way we can move forward, because
Yes,
this
sir.
is a lot of
Yeah.
extensions.
This is just a letter to extend the project for another 12 months, and I feel confident that the county can complete the project within the new end date of June of 2026.
Okay. I have a motion, Commissioner Vasquez, second Commissioner Flores. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Item 23, we do have a treasurer's report. Motion to approve.
Second, Judge.
Motion Commissioner Flores, second Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 24, discussion possible action.
Motion to approve, Judge.
Second. Motion Commissioner Vasquez, second Commissioner Flores. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? On this one here, is one of them here? One of our justices of the peace. I want to thank them. And I know that Memorial Day weekend, Judge Distler sat with you as you were magistrate, Judge Trevino. So I want to thank you, and I think right now, Judge Gonzalez is helping. I know that the last couple of days, Judge Gonzalez has been helping him with his magistrations.
Yes, sir, Judge. He did sit in with me, Monday, Memorial Day, and then he's gone with me for the whole week. He did, two inquests with me, one on Friday at the hospital, and then on Sunday up there by the Sacred Heart Cemetery. Thank you.
And again, I want to thank y'all. I know that right now he can't perform the inquest. He can go, you can get trained, but he's still through the process of being trained. But because y'all have a bunch of.
He can do the inquest.
But he can't sign off on
He
it.
can't input the information in the
Yeah.
system.
So I think he looked into it yesterday by calling Tex Everett, which is the agency of
Yeah, to get his number.
certified, and they are waiting on, from what he told me, they were waiting on
Fingerprints?
clearance from a background check.
Yeah.
So that's beyond their control. It takes them, I think, like 5 to 7 days is what he told.
Okay.
So it just depends on.
Well,
the
that's awesome. I just want to thank y'all. I appreciate y'all, sort of taking him under y'all's wing, and Judge Gonzalez also. Thank y'all. All right. We had a motion, we took a vote. Item 25, discussion possible action in position to do inquest. David, we've talked about this.
Yes, sir, Judge. So the Code of Criminal Procedure under Article 49.23 gives Commissioners Court of any county the authority to create a position which is called an Office of Death Investigator. The sole purpose of that position is to assist the justices of the peace in the county to do the actual investigative portion of the inquest. So to go to the scene, to try to determine cause of death, time of death, the things that are done on the ground, and that would relieve the justices of the peace from having to go out there when they're called out. It may not be so inconvenient when the call is to the hospital, but when the call is, off a Juneau Road or a ranch in the northern part of the county, sometimes it can take the justice of the peace a whole day.
The only problem that I see here with this is that this is not a common thing. I mean, it doesn't happen every day. So
It would be on contract if we created the position.
Okay, but that
Will
would
determine how
It don't say if it's full-time, part-time, or contract
Right,
basis.
and that's something that the court would
Yeah.
determine.
And the reason I put it on, though, I didn't want to start a process of looking into it and then bring more information if y'all weren't willing to look at it. My thing is, with the JPs, with what we've been through and all the other family members have been through over the last year, it's really difficult, to have 3 or to have even 4. And the hardest part, I'm not saying the rest of it isn't difficult, but one of the hardest part is because of the inquest. The magistrations, you can pretty much do those in the morning, but your inquest, you don't know when that's going to happen. So if we were to get something like this done, the other part of this also would be to get with the city. If we can take care of this part, to get with the city because they have a municipal judge. And most of our cases are inside the city limits. Why wouldn't the municipal judge be part of the rotation instead of going 4 to go 5?
Well, as far as inquests.
Not on inquest.
Right. Well, this item is on inquest, so.
I just threw it out.
Right.
Yeah, right, before you got mad. You're a little late there.
So this would be the beginning, Judge, to start on the.
Something else, yeah. And our legal counsel is the one that looked into it, he's the one that came up with this.
Yeah, for over the last year or two, because of the situation that the JPs have found themselves in, the inquest has been a really pressing concern for them. And this is a way that this court could kind of intervene, so to speak, and provide some assistance in this area.
Yeah, I'd like to have a motion to give us permission.
I'd like to make a motion to table and bring it back when we get more information on this, as to how much it's gonna cost, what kind of contract, or, I mean, how are we gonna hire somebody, I mean.
But do I have permission at least to move forward to bring?
I'll
this
make a
up?
motion to approve.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to
Okay,
approve.
let's do this. I have a motion to table. Do I have a second? No. Do I have a motion to approve and then bring back?
Yeah.
Okay. I have a motion, Commissioner Garcia. Second, Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against?
I'm against.
4-1, motion's carries. Thank y'all. Item 26, discussion possible action to approve the purchase of furniture for new health, engineering, and HR office. Total cost to be approximately $4,514. Funds to come out of available appropriations. This money would come out of contingency. They're fixing to move into this office right now, hopefully in 2 weeks, and they don't have enough furniture.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second that for discussion. It wasn't the school district, giving out,
They didn't find anything they liked.
they didn't?
I want to tell you. I have a motion, Commissioner Vasquez.
And we're just spending money.
Yeah. Do you still want to keep your second?
Yeah, I'll keep it.
Okay. I have a motion, Commissioner Vasquez, second Commissioner Flores. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 27, discussion possible action on collecting fees and fines that are owed to Valverde County. We had visited, Commissioner Garcia, about visiting, JP's, and there was a discussion on the amount of fees and fines that are owed to the county. When Commissioner Garcia brought that to me, we scheduled a meeting, with the JP's, county attorney, sheriff's office, constables, and we have a list. What we asked was if the JP's, could go back and give us the most current, start with the most current people that owe fines and fees, and give us the first 50 of those names. Before Karen asked me for them, I'm not gonna give them to you because, David has them, David will give them to us later on, attorney-client privilege. But in saying that, we don't want, I think what came out of this is that these people have already pled. They already know that they owe us the money. Then we have two different sets of individuals, those that have already been adjudicated, and those that have gotten a ticket, they never showed up. So the ones we're gonna work on all of them, but right now the first part of the ones that have been already adjudicated. Those that have already pled, they know that they owe the fine, they know they're guilty, and didn't pay. Okay, so, every, justice of the peace has turned in a list of 50 except precinct 2, and they said they would have that to you today. Those names, the constables are gonna start going out, and I haven't talked to the other I did talk to Constable in precinct 3. He said he's already begun to call, everybody on the list, and I think as of a little while ago when I walked in, he had called everybody that's on the list. We don't want to shame them. It isn't about the money, it's that we're backlogged. It's just the process. There's so many people out there, and we're not taking care of it. They're not taking care of the problem. So, at some point, they will be published in the paper. Yes, sir.
Judge, I got a question. Judge, do we have a ballpark idea, or Commissioner Garcia, on the amount of fines that we're talking about, or is that not a discussion?
No.
I mean, I can tell you what my precinct is. Precinct 3 is 1,670,000.
Wow.
But in saying that number, I was hesitant to say it.
Okay.
Because in saying those numbers, we do know that some of these cases are, we're not going to be able to collect, right? Because of time, statute of limitations. So the numbers are everything. And we started with a small number first because we know these are correct, all right? And they're going through the process, the JPs are going through the process of looking up the rest of it.
So Judge, so more or less just on 50 of ballpark? Just on the 50 youth?
Well, I don't have that.
Oh,
data.
okay.
It'll be presented to you.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. And I will tell you that we did this under Judge Allen. She went out and did this. They went out and put names in paper and this and that. The problem that we ran into back then was that some of these individuals, that the names were in the paper were not, didn't owe us the money, and statute of limitation to run out. So we're being a heck of a lot more cautious this time than the last time.
But we've been dealing with this problem for many years.
We've been dealing in it, yes.
I mean, you know.
And one of the
we need
issues
to get a good fit, I mean, something that's gonna really fix it. I mean, we keep bringing it up and bringing it up.
No, we brought it up, Judge Allen brought it up once before. Commissioner Garcia, brought it up again. And now we're looking into the problem, and I think we have a better grasp of which way we need to run and not get ourselves in trouble this go round. I'm just trying to be real cautious here.
This money would definitely.
It would help, but it's not so much, I mean, it's always about the money, but it's not really, trying to go after them because they owe the money. It's just that when they look at their cases, it's just a backlog.
It's just the justice system needs to work.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, y'all will be presented with cases. We just wanted to let everybody know that there is a process. We are working on it. If you've been adjudicated and you've already gone through that process, you need to come visit with the justices of the peace, because you're going to have a knock on your door, and it's that simple. And at some point, when this gets really, really bad, nobody really wants to talk about having them picked up, but when this gets really, really bad and that's the solution, then we will go down that road when we get there. Now, if you've been issued a citation and you just never showed up, that's another ball of wax that we're fixing to have to burn through, right? So we're trying to give fair warning before we start putting names in paper, in the newspapers, but it's coming. David, do you have anything? We're good? You covered it. Okay. Commissioner?
No, I'm good.
Sure. Okay. Trying not to get in trouble. Item 28, discussion possible action on appointing a member. I put this on. I know that Judge Disler was part of the appraisal board, and now also part of, we'd appointed him to the appraisal board and appointed him to Amistad zoning. I received a letter of resignation this week that he was resigning of both positions, regrettably, but because he is now a justice of the peace. So I don't know. I know that Commissioner Wardlaw might have some names, but he said that he was actually calling. If y'all want to table this, and then at least it's put out there that we're looking for individuals that might be interested.
I'll make a motion to table, Judge.
Okay. Second. I have a motion to table, Commissioner Vasquez. Second, Commissioner Flores. If there's people out there that are interested in serving in any of these committees, contact your commissioner, contact the county judge's office. And we have a list of appointments that we need filled, positions. Okay. I have a motion, Commissioner Vasquez, second, Commissioner Flores. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 29, discussion possible regarding the approval of a budget transfer. Okay. I have a motion, Commissioner Flores.
I will second that, Judge, and Judge, a little bit discussion on it. You mentioned something about Matt, looking at that before we didn't change
If we can do any budget adjustments, it's a lot easier to get him to Matt, our auditor, from now on. That way, we're not asking, are the numbers correct, blah, blah, blah. If he presents it, we already know the numbers are there.
Okay.
Okay. Not a reflection against Commissioner Wardlaw, it's just a lot easier if we go through Matt with any budget adjustments. Okay. I have a motion, Commissioner Flores, second, Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 30, discussion possible action on Frontier Communications request to use of right of
Make a motion to approve, Judge, as presented.
A motion, Commissioner Vasquez. Second,
Second.
Commissioner Garcia. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 31, discussion possible action on the Valverde County Library to accept a donation of $10,000.
Motion to approve, Judge,
And
for $10,000
I
donation.
have a motion and I have a second. Let's see. There was also, Mr. Bond, if we can get with him, David, just to make sure make sure what he's spending it on illegal. And Matt also. I know that he had a list of what he might be able to spend it on, and the family had made a request, but if we can just make sure it's okay. Who made the motion?
I did, Judge.
Motion, Commissioner Vasquez, you do the second?
Yes.
Second, Commissioner Flores. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. And here we go, Melissa. Item 32, discussion possible reward reject bid 2565 construction pad for the new event center to be located Valverde County Fairgrounds and authorized county judge to sign. The item 32 and item 33. Both these areas, we got bids. We got prices for material. We got prices to build the pad. We got prices to haul. The last time that we had last meeting, we had a conversation on maybe the commissioners doing some of the work. I don't know if y'all want to do that or not. I do know that when we get to the gun range, it's probably going to be better to let somebody else build it. That way we don't have an issue with that. But it's up to y'all. We have on item 32, we have a price on material, we have a price on hauling, and we have a price to build a pad. We also already have a price to do the concrete work, and the building, and to put up a building. So this is the first step. If y'all do not want to take this project on, we just give it to somebody else and let them do it. Okay, but it's up to y'all.
You want to talk about it more, or do you want to?
It's up to y'all. Whatever y'all want to do. Y'all are busy, ¿verdad? And again, this is the first step to try to move forward with this project. And there is money. Oh, here.
For the event center, on the bids that were received, two of the bidders did not turn in a bid bond. The only one that did was Mighty West, and it's their announced tabulation.
How many
sheet.
bids did you receive?
We received 3. The lowest bidder did not turn in a bid bond. Mighty West was the second lowest.
Did
He did
the other
provide a
two
bid.
that didn't provide the bond, did they state that they would be willing to provide one? I mean, if we were to go out and rebid it again?
Actually, they're all non-responsive. Even Mighty West, they forgot to turn in some forms.
Okay, let's do this. Why don't, you just went down a good road.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Why don't we put this one back out for bid since everybody was missing pieces?
Yeah.
Am I okay with that?
They'll just have to complete them.
Yeah.
Not bring it out.
Just rebid it. That way we're not trying to piecemeal it. This one didn't do this, this
Yes.
one didn't do that.
Motion to rebid.
I'll second
The
that.
event center,
That, we'll do the event
that's
center
item number
first.
32.
Item 32, I have a motion to reject this one and to rebid. Commissioner Flores. Commissioner Vasquez gave the second. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 33, discussion possible action to award or reject bid 2567 construction of a pad for a new fire station. On this one here, did everybody,
Jazz Contracting was the lowest bidder, and
you turned
he
everything
turned
in?
in everything.
How many bids did you get on this one?
We got 4.
Okay, good.
Are y'all okay, accepting this bid? We don't know exactly where we're gonna put it yet. I think that we'll get a better idea of where we're gonna put it once we start the gun range, but at least we'll have all the pieces in place in order to start. If y'all wanna, accept this bid, it's up to y'all.
That one looks pretty low.
Okay, you
Pretty
good?
good.
Yeah, that's your motion to accept?
I'll make a motion to accept.
Okay. Commissioner Wardlaw, second.
I'll second that.
Commissioner Vasquez, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anybody against? Okay. Discussion possible action to award or reject, 2569. This one here, if we'll just reject it,
Mhm.
and the reason is because we did an addendum, She's got another item, but if we'll reject this one, then we'll take care of this later on in the agenda.
I'll make a motion to reject all bids.
Okay.
Second that.
A motion, Commissioner Garcia, second, Commissioner Vasquez. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries. Item 35, discussion possible to discuss possibly having the county. This one here, there's no need to talk about this, because we already took care of it with the other top 3 items. So we just, no action needed. Ms. Chapoy, do you want us to table this one, or are you okay just with no action?
Okay.
Okay. Item 36, discussion possible action to elect and award multiple contracts to the highest scored RFQs received at the recommendation of the evaluation committee and authorized county
Motion to
judge.
approve, Judge.
And you want top 3?
The top 3.
Okay. Is that part of your motion?
Yeah, part of my motion, Judge.
Okay. Second. Commissioner Vasquez gave the motion, Commissioner Flores gave the second. And these right here, what this allows us to do is just to call them, get a price, get a timeline, and then pick somebody,
Yes,
right? That way, we don't have to go through
correct.
all of them.
We don't have to go through the process.
Commissioner Vasquez gave a motion, Commissioner Flores gave the second. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 37, discussion possible action to approve adding 1 gigabyte fiber internet service account with Big Bend Telephone to service precinct
Motion to
3.
approve, Judge.
Second. A motion, Commissioner Vasquez, second, Commissioner Wardlaw. This line for precinct 3, he's not here, probably listening. But, we went on prices, in the $30,000 range, to where if the city allows us to bury the cable on a piece of property that the city has, which we're talking to them about getting an easement, that $30,000 would go to 0. So it was pretty impressive what Ram and you have been able to do.
Yeah.
And Carlos, thank y'all so much. Yeah, say you, gentlemen. Well, I'm sorry, it's not coming up with much. Motion, Commissioner Vasquez, second, Commissioner Wardlaw. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 38, discussion possible. Motion to approve. Second. Motion, Commissioner Flores, second, Commissioner Wardlaw. All in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 39, discuss possible renew
Motion to approve, Judge.
the contract, 5 years.
5 years, yes. That's what we agreed on at .075 cents.
Okay, which is lower than what
5
we're
years.
paying now.
Yes.
Second. Have a motion, Commissioner Vasquez, second, Commissioner Wardlaw. Any questions? You had started to say something. You okay? Who are you talking to? You? No. Talking to you because you started to say
I'm stretching my hand.
So are you in favor?
Get your flavor.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
You ever been a part of anything like this, Dave? Have you ever been a part of anything like this?
No.
No? It's all good. Item 40, we've already done. Item 41, discussion possible
Motion to
action.
approve, Judge.
Motion, Commissioner Vasquez, second. Second. Commissioner Flores, all those in favor? Aye. Item 42, discussion possible action to accept. Okay. Commissioner Flores,
Second that, Judge.
Commissioner Vasquez gave the second. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 43, discussion possible for approval to declare the public.
Presented, Judge.
On this right here, nameplate and signage, if we can add that to the list of, the late, Tony Paz.
Yes, they're on here.
He's got it on here.
Okay.
It's on there.
All right, well, I just want to make sure that it's on there and that everybody understands we're doing it. Okay? That way there's no question. And those will be,
They'll be
not
separate.
destroyed, they'll be given. I just want to make sure everybody understands, and I'm not questioned later. They're going to be given to the family. Okay. I had a motion. Commissioner Vasquez?
Yes, sir, Judge.
Second.
I'll second.
Commissioner Garcia? All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 44, discussion possible action authorize the purchasing agent to issue.
Motion to approve, Judge. 44.
Motion, Commissioner Vasquez.
I'll second.
Second, Commissioner Garcia. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 45, discussion possible act to authorize
Motion
purchase.
to approve, Judge.
Commissioner Vasquez gave a motion, second. Commissioner Flores, all those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Discussion possible action to approve awarding a contract to American Fire
I will make a
Systems.
motion to approve, Judge, the item on 46.
Okay, I have a motion, Commissioner Vasquez, I need a second, and we'll just go through the,
Okay.
let me get a second.
Second.
Second, Commissioner Wardlaw. This one here, the company, we've gone out for bids, extremely expensive. We went back out, went through a co-op. The individuals have bid, they've turned in a price. The price does not include, concrete and a building because of the way it does, but can't get it because the building is not your co-op's, right?
It doesn't fall under their co-op.
So at the end of the day, the concrete and the building will have to be built by others, okay? But there's money there to cover the concrete, cover the building with the money that we already set aside, to begin with. So this is the first step in getting this done. The plans that are there, we'll have to resubmit with, TCEQ and, the city and make sure that they're on board, with what we've already drawn, which they should be because it's the same plans. The power, it's requiring three-phase. It's like we got little hurdles, but nothing big like we had. Power, we're looking at trying, that hurdle would be to jump through, the hoop would be just have a step-down transformer, because we're going from single-phase to three-phase in order to supply power for that facility, that pump.
Is this leftover ARPA money?
This is money that we actually set aside,
ARPA money?
Yeah. And it was money, it wasn't left over, it was actually budgeted.
Well,
for.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's leftover right now. Once spent, so it's leftover money.
No, you can't say that. It was money that the court set aside out of ARPA for the project, right? So, bottom line is, we'll get this done. We'll need to go out, we'll need to go find somebody to throw the concrete, somebody to do the roof, to do the building, and, step up transformer, and then make sure that the city's gonna accept all that. So we're just a heck of a lot closer than we were before. All
And
right?
it's also contingent on their performance and payment bond.
And that right there, you can get with, we can get permission today, through the motion to move forward with it as long as they turn in their paperwork, because the way we bid it out or the way we got the procurement process was to be with the co-op. And it gives us the opportunity to allow them to turn in all their paperwork.
Yes.
Right? Y'all okay with that?
Yes, sir.
Motion, Commissioner Vasquez, second Commissioner Wardlaw, all those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 47, discussion possible action for the adoption of a
Motion to
higher
approve.
policy for Valverde County.
You should upgrade the
Yes.
policy, right?
Yes. Have a motion, Commissioner Flores,
Second, Judge.
second Commissioner Vasquez, all those in favor? Aye. The other one will have a little bit of discussion.
It's like to avoid hiring your cousin or your brother or something like that.
To avoid hiring people that we have issues with.
Okay.
So just for the board of judges, the motion should probably be a little clearer, that specifying that, I guess in the exit or separation, interview, or from the department that they're leaving, that the supervisor or department head or elected official indicate whether or not they are
Rehirable or not.
Yes.
I will add that to the motion.
Second accepts.
Second, accept, Judge.
A motion, Commissioner Flores, Commissioner Vasquez. And if you have a copy of the policy, we can just make that part of the, minutes.
I mean, we could, that's why.
That's what I'm saying.
I object the judge just to be clear on the record.
Yeah, but if we can add whatever she's got, make it part of the minutes. That work? Okay. Have a motion, Commissioner Flores, second Commissioner Vasquez, all those in favor? Aye. And if we'll have a little bit more discussion on 48. All in favor, everybody said aye, and anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 48, discussion possible the adoption of a smoke-free policy for Valverde County. Before we get into this, please.
We had a policy presented to the court at the last meeting regarding, it was more geared towards vaping on county property. So it was tabled for discussion with the policy manual committee to go forward and include smoking, tobacco chewing and such. The policy does outline all that, and it is.
But some of the highlights are, no vaping, no tobacco chewing, and no smoking in a county building or a vehicle, anything the county owns.
What about where people step outside the window, or step outside the door and smoke? I mean, property might need to be more into it
The
as well.
policy does stipulate 50 feet
50 feet?
From county property or county door, from the door.
from the entrance to the property.
And that's in line with what the city already has.
Yes.
And if I'm not mistaken, it also covers the use of tobacco products or vaping products when in county-owned vehicles.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, motion to approve.
Okay, so just to clarify, because.
Somebody will give me a second for discussion.
Okay.
I have a motion, Commissioner Flores. Second, Commissioner Wardlaw. Commissioner Garcia, yes, sir.
Okay, because the policy reads, 50 feet from the property perimeter. It doesn't say 50 feet from an entrance.
It should say 50 feet from the entrance. It should. So if it doesn't, it should be modified. We change that. Is that part of your, can we change that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'll make that correction.
Thank you, Commissioner. Anything else? We good? Any more? Have a motion, Commissioner Flores, second Commissioner Wardlaw. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 49, discussion possible regarding the adoption of the holiday policy regarding time off. Okay. I have a motion, Commissioner Flores, second.
I'll second that for discussion, Judge. So
Second,
what's,
Commissioner
what is
Vazquez.
it?
We have people that, when they're on the holidays, that say you have a holiday on Monday, then you don't come in on Tuesday. So they're taking the day for, they're just extending whatever the holiday days are. And they're not giving the elected official department head an opportunity to approve or disapprove. They're just, they call in.
Exactly.
So would you want to wait with that?
Yes.
With that thing? I will second that.
Well, the exception being, for example, if somebody knows right now that they're gonna go out of town for Thanksgiving, and they give you sufficient notice, give you as the department head or the elected official sufficient notice, and you approve it, then that's okay. But it's those that are not pre-approved that this.
That's what we're having a problem with.
Okay.
And it is in the policy, prearranged time off.
So they're just not giving notice, they're doing it too soon before the holiday?
Yeah, they're just calling and saying they're not showing up.
I'm not calling in
The
sick.
day before or the day after the holiday. So they're using sick leave.
It could be either depending on what you have. You might have sick leave or you might have vacation. Some people go to 0 leave and they go on unpaid status.
The problem is that department is gonna be short, and right after a holiday, after the 3-day or 4-day weekend, it just makes it really difficult.
Yeah.
And the department heads can't plan, or the elected official can't plan to have people there. And this is something, we were in a meeting, yesterday with some county judges, and they're really dealing with the same thing. People just taking advantage of it.
So is there documentation by the supervisors when sick leave continuously falls before or after the holidays?
I can tell you that the departments that are having issues, they've been monitoring it more closely, because they've been having issues and they're having a hard time with their employees. One of the things that came out of this meeting too, policy committee meeting, is that, the department heads need to document in order to minimize the chances of the individual collecting unemployment. Because if they are a problem, and that's why we got rid of them, if we have it documented, there's just less chance of paying. But, in my opinion, and I said it in the meeting, at some point, enough is enough. We have several departments, 3 or 4 departments, that have issues with the same person over and over and over again. the court is trying to, with what we're doing right now, is trying to give them the tools to move forward and to make their department a better place to work. But at the end of the day, it's still the elected officials and the department's head decision to move forward. They need to take a step. And again, you listen to everything because you're HR. And I will tell you that some of these departments, they need to take the bull by the horn. They just need to get the job done. They need to go ahead and document, and then get rid of them. It just is not worth the aggravation for everybody else within that department. And I'm sorry.
I have a question. So this isn't like, I'm gonna give you 2 weeks' notice, and I'm gonna take Friday off.
No.
And then have the weekend.
Your department head or your elected official, whoever's in charge of that department, as long as they give you the okay, you're fine. It's just that we're having problems right now that they're calling, the day, well, I'm not coming in today.
Right.
And then as she's pulling sheets for these different departments, you can see a pattern.
Right. My only, that sentence says, any employee shall not be allowed to take off PTO, vacation, sick leave, or personal days the day before or after any Val Verde County observed holiday period. So can we just add without?
And then with the exception.
Can we add without?
On the bottom it
Then we have the
says
exceptions, prearranged.
rearranged.
So it's prearranged. As long as it's
I mean,
prearranged,
let's
they
say
can
you're
take
out sick, you've gotta go.
Yeah, because it sounds like definite period. You can't take a day
And that's
off.
what I'm saying. And she just said it, that,
Okay.
as long as they give them the okay beforehand, it's okay.
Okay.
It's just that that's not what's going on.
That's not what's happening. Okay.
And normally, Commissioner Garcia, a department will call and ask me to do an audit of an employee that they're probably keeping tabs on. And what we do is we go back maybe 3 months, do an audit, and you see the pattern. So then it's the department's responsibility to take some form of action, which is counseling, a write-up. Once you issue that write-up and counseling, it gives you the opportunity to proceed forward with, if it continues, you can discipline for suspend, and then finally terminate.
Okay.
And here it says documented medical or emergency. So that's doctor's notes.
Exactly.
Those are your good excuses.
Yes.
And I'm glad you brought that up, Commissioner. And that, we're not privy to that. Me as a judge, the commissioners are not privy to that. That goes to HR, that's HIPAA. And then, Juanita takes that, that responsibility, and she does not share that with anybody. I mean, you're not gonna know if you went to a doctor's appointment for whatever. That's not gonna get out. We just need the excuse.
And in our policy, it does address that. Once an employee is out 3 days or more, I have to reach out and offer FMLA. And then we go forward with that.
Okay. Well, now we're getting off on something else, so don't offer no more. We have 17 paid holidays, how many days sick and how many days vacation we work, 9 months out of the year. I have a motion, Commissioner Flores, second Commissioner Vasquez. Any more
Yeah,
questions?
I'm in favor. I just wanted to clarify
No.
that people can still take it off.
I just want to make sure y'all are happy. Commissioner Flores, Commissioner Vasquez, all those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries. Item 50, discussion possible action regarding the adoption of an overtime policy for the grant-funded projects. These grant-funded projects. There is money within those to pay these individuals overtime. And the grants that do allow it is where the money would be coming from, within that area.
I'll make a motion, Judge, as long as overtime is paid with grant money, not county money.
Okay. Flores, gave the motion, Commissioner Flores. I'm
Thank
sorry,
you, sir.
the great Commissioner.
No, you're favored.
Honorable.
You're very favored.
Who gave a second? Matt, are you okay?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 51, discussion possible with approval to convert the lead deputy clerk position, which is vacant, to a deputy clerk at an annual salary of $28. Currently, the lead deputy.
Is it with Sheriff Department?
And this position is with the tax department.
Oh, tax department.
Yes, sir.
And basically, it ain't costing us anything. We're gonna be fine.
Motion
I mean,
approved.
So
So the current position, the lead deputy currently is at 31,000, the base. So if she's converting it to a deputy two, it'll go to 28,782.
In order to get somebody new in there and then later on, possibly.
Yes, sir.
You made a motion? Yes, sir. Commissioner Flores, the Honorable Commissioner Flores made a motion. You got a second? The Honorable Commissioner Wardlaw gave a second. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 52, discussion possible action approval.
I'll second.
Motion Commissioner Vasquez, second Commissioner Wardlaw. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Item 53, closed session consultation pursuant to Texas Government Code A 551.071, parentheses 2, attorney-client privilege, B 551.071, parentheses 1, parentheses A, contemplated litigation, C 551.072 regarding the purchase, exchange, lease, or value of real property, possible action, open session thereafter, B 551.073 regarding the negotiated contract, lease, or value of real property, and possible action, open session thereafter. E, regarding security devices, security audit, and/or security personnel. Y'all will give us the room. We're going to executive session. I like the ringtone. Is that your ringtone?
No, sir.
Oh, okay, lights on. It is 11:17, Commissioners Court back in session. We were in executive session, no action was taken. I'm gonna go back one deal real quick, before I get to calls. On item 7, discussion possible action on presentation on fiscal year 2024 annual comprehensive financial report by independent auditor. There was a comment on here that we have 113 days, last year, came out at 113 days fund balance. Just to give y'all a perspective on that, before I get phone calls of why do we have so many days, because our auditor said 60 to 90 is good, which I've always heard 60 to 120. But at the end of the day, we will do a better job with 113 days not to have so many days in fund balance. That way we reinvest that money back into our community. But in saying that, just to give perspective, not throwing rocks at the city, but the general fund that the city has, by their ordinance or whatever, they have to have 5 months, which is 150 days. So when I get the phone calls that we're sort of hoarding money, we're not.
And the intention wasn't that you budgeted to be there. We did have revenues came in a little higher, sales tax. We did interest still came in a little higher. Interest rates did not go down. And appropriations, we were doing other projects, getting our guys out on grants, booking them on grants, getting reimbursed from the grants, so they weren't hitting the payroll that was budgeted for them. So, yeah.
And we did move some money in other accounts that at the end of the day weren't used. And that came in higher than what, that money wasn't used, it rolled into our fund balance. So I don't want the phone calls that, why are we at 113 days?
Yeah, and you guys will, I'm sure, with budget season here, you'll do your best.
But our county is in a better position now than what it's ever been. And thank you again. I don't remember the days because we weren't here, but I've heard the stories that there were some times that payroll was hard to make. We luckily, thank God, we don't have that problem. I think when we came in, we were in the 30-day range in 2011, if that, and that was because we had $2.8 million in interest and sinking that in reality we really couldn't touch anyway. But when you looked at that, it was about a 30-day type deal. Versus our expenditures. Now at 113, I was asking right now, David right now, when we were here, we'll probably need to visit, if there is a way to create a line item in the budget because of these funds, in the next year's budget, that if we come in higher than what we projected, maybe have some projects that we could go use. I'm throwing this out right now, just something to think about. That way I'm not sitting on, at this time of the year, if our fund balance comes in higher than what we anticipated, to be able to use those funds on non-reoccurring projects. That makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, we'll look at it.
Okay. Thank you, Matt. Okay. And don't get me wrong, I don't get it like a lot of phone calls. Nobody likes talking to me. I get a couple phone calls. Commissioners' comments, item 54. None? Item 55, county judges, comments, none. Item 56, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. A motion, Commissioner Vasquez.
Second.
Second, Commissioner Wardlaw. The Honorable Commissioner Wardlaw. All those in favor? Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Thank y'all so much. Have a great day.